What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Monday, after all the crazy StarCraft over the weekend, man. This is always the kind of hangover from from the weekend, I guess. But for me, it's the most exciting part because I get to talk to you guys about everything. But before we get started, just want to welcome you guys to episode 74 of ChanmanV's Pro Corner, where pros come and show us how it's done. I'm your host, ChanmanV, as always. And yeah, MLG, man. Was it MLG, Campus, and I-46? Lots and lots of StarCraft going on this weekend. And man, great tournament. And actually, WCS also, WCS NA at MLG, and some great results. I was just really, really excited for a lot of folks. I mean, I think a lot of folks had some, great runs, big runs or mini runs, and even just some really good really good upsets or just matches where they beat like a like a Korean player. And for instance, like guys like Sasquatch, obviously Complexity Sasquatch had a great run. I think he was top 16 in the whole MLG, which is so awesome. He's been playing so well lately, so it's awesome that a lot of folks that didn't know about him actually get to understand how good of a player he is now. Who else? Hawk actually beat Lacera and had a really Quantic Hawk had a great run himself, and guys like Binsky and Hendrilisk and who else? Masan. Am I missing some other folks? I mean, I feel like I'm missing some others. I mean, I wish I had the bracket right in front of me so I could just like recite off. But a lot of great matches, and hopefully you guys took a look at the brackets. Could some of those things, some of the matches weren't televised, so hopefully you guys were able to watch the brackets and really get a sense of how a lot of the foreigners were playing this weekend. I think they did really well, and obviously the biggest foreigner this weekend was Scarlet winning WCS NA. She won it so easily. I mean, it was just amazing. And for a long time, I think I've mentioned Scarlet just being a great player on the show, so kudos to her for continuing that, and hopefully it carries over to DreamHack. But today, we have another one of these kind of players that are, a lot of folks might not know about, especially in NA or just just the foreign scene. Oh, well, outside of EU. And today's guest is dignitasJonnyREcco, and Johnny's been around the scene for a while now. And I think most notable, the first notable, I think, finish that you guys probably might have actually been heard of the first time was he finished third, I believe, at the WCS UK like a couple months ago. And this weekend he actually won the I-46 tournament. So hopefully we'll have him on in just a second to talk about that. But yeah, so what we're going to do today is we're going to have him play a few live games. I know in the description it said replays, but because it was last minute and he was up for playing some live games, we're going to have him play live games, because live games are, again, it's not everybody can do them. So whenever we have a player that's pretty good at talking and playing, we try to take advantage of that. And so yeah, so he'll be playing against a practice partner who's actually pretty good, Quark, who's actually good at all the races. So we'll probably play a little bit of everything. And yeah, we'll have him talk through his strategies, builds, his mechanics. Mechanics will probably be hard to talk about while you're playing, but hopefully builds and just strategies and what compositions he's working towards and that type of thing. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. Should be a fun day. Let me pull him on right now so we can start talking to Johnny. Switch him. Let me switch him over so you guys can hear him. Hey Johnny, what's up?
Hey, not much.
So I was just explaining to these guys what we're going to be doing today, and but before we get started, I wanted to just see what you've been up to, and like have you kind of talk about this weekend and that great win you had.
Well, just been like practicing recently, and then I was at I-46, a little tournament in Telford in England. For the Starcraft 2 tournament there, and I managed to beat a few good people and come first down there.
So who'd you play in the finals?
I played dignitas in the finals.
Awesome. Some good old ZVP. So, what was the score in the final? What was the score in the finals?
Well, going into it, I beat him in the upper brackets, so I got a 2-0 lead in a best of 7. Then going into the finals, I managed to beat him 4-1 with the 2-0 lead.
Oh, nice. Oh, so they did extended series.
Yeah, extended
Oh
series.
man, what's up with them doing extended? I mean, actually, it was great for you to do extended series. So I'm sure you're not complaining about it, but congrats on that, man. That's a definitely a great win for you, and it's always fun to come home to a nice. Did you get a nice trophy sitting in your room, right?
No, I got like a big check, but I couldn't take it back because I was flying, so it sucks a little bit.
Yeah, so what do you guys, I've always wondered that. I haven't asked any players that, Obviously you don't go around carrying that giant ass check around with you. They have you, they have you holding during the award ceremony, but typically I mean, do you guys just go to the bank the next day? I mean, how's that work, man?
Well, you get the big checks and then you can take them home to you if you want, which is what normally happens. But then they just pay the money into your bank account later on.
Oh, okay.
So the checks just sort of a little novelty thing.
Oh, okay, cool. It makes sense. I guess that's the most logical thing, the safest thing at least, right, for everybody.
Don't want to get robbed for it.
Awesome. But yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna, I was telling them that we're gonna have you play some live games, and I know you lined up Quirk to play with us, and it looks like he wants to play some ZVP. So, you cool with that?
Yeah, it's fine with me.
All right, let's add you this. Let's get you guys added to the game, and let's see. And folks, just tuning in for the first time, what we do is we have various pro gamers come on the show, and we have them walk through strategies, and particularly when we only have one guest, we have them walk through strategies and builds and that kind of thing. And in this case, we're going to be doing live games. Sometimes we do replays, but when we have a chance to do live games, it's we take advantage of it. So that's what we're going to do today, and for those of you who missed Thursday's show too, I debuted a new in-game overlay that was made by Hanzo SE2. Really great graphics artist, guys. I mean, he's amazing. Actually, I'm really happy with it. So, let me know what you guys think of it, and give him a shout out. His Twitter is @HanzoSE2. Whenever you get a chance to maybe just say that you just let him know that you like the overlay and like his work. All right, Demon wants to watch. Demon's fine. That's cool. But let's see. He's actually AFK for a second, but we will get this started in just once he gets back. So it just finished. The event just finished yesterday, right?
Well, the tournament finished yesterday, but the event itself kind of carries on the next day, just with exhibitions and stuff like that.
Okay, so it's actually going on today too. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. Awesome. But yeah, man, this weekend was amazing, man. Or just this week, starting with campus, right on Wednesday. It was just like I mean, when it came to the foreigner scene, I think almost every player was doing something. I think the only player that I chatted with, I think, over the last, probably 4 days that wasn't doing anything was Damaga. And Damaga was on his honeymoon, so that was like the only guy that I think it was Damaga. I think TLO was in Korea, so I didn't count. TLO was practicing too, but funny.
Well.
Okay, is he back yet? Let's see. So what do you think of ZVP? Why don't you talk a little bit about kind of what your thoughts are on ZVP and what you generally, shade towards, like what style you like to?
Well, mainly in ZVP, I really like to play standard. I don't like to kind of all in or veer off my normal game plan too much. So it's normally always just the quick free base with the Road Warren and Evo for safety, quick layer. Unless they're going to do some kind of pressure build on me, and then I'll get the Roach Warren quicker. Well, mainly just going to double Evo, and then I'll get the Roach Warren. infestors, and slowly work my way to broodlords with a lot of spine crawlers so I don't die. And mainly all my ZVPs like that.
I see. Okay. Okay. Are there any? Do you ever go mutas, or are there any kind of mid-game timings that you ever do, or it seems like a lot of the Zergs that now are really steered towards going to Hive and really just kind of channeling the game to go to Hive, you know, in Broodlords and that type of thing. 'Cause since the army's just so strong, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever do mutas in that type of style?
I do sometimes go mutas, just to, throw in the mix and like a best of 3 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll do like proxy mutas, so they can't really scout it either.
Proxy media, right? So you actually hide the spire at the Overlord with creep somewhere, or?
Yeah. I'll have a creep dropping, overlord dropping creep, and then just put the spire on it.
Nice.
It's just so hard. Like you can even fake them out with an infestation pit in your main.
Right.
So it looks like you're infestors as well. And that really throws them off quite a lot. Yeah. So there's that, and I'll also sometimes do roach sling overlord drops.
Mm-hmm. Kind of the max roach style, right? With the drop.
Yeah, just try and do like multi-pronged attacks everywhere and try and take them apart.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, while taking up at the same time, just in case that doesn't work.
Right.
That's like the main 2 things I do, along with my standard game.
And those are all map dependent, right? Like it really depends on which map you're looking at, and obviously for dropping, for instance, isn't ideal on a lot of on all maps, like Cloud Kingdom, for instance. You wouldn't drop on Cloud Kingdom, would you?
Yeah, like Cloud Kingdom, it's really hard because they only need to defend the really 2 points, and then you can't really get in. But on a map like Daybreak, you can just pull them, so many ways. You can't really defend every position as easily as they would want to.
Okay. All right, looks like he's back, so let's get this game started.
Okay.
And it's gonna be fun.
Should be.
Yeah. All right, let's switch over here. Hopefully our scene switcher changes for us. We're gonna see in a second. There it is. Always switches early now, man. Always switches like right when this thing is loading up, and it looks kind of funny when it when it switches that way. But yeah, check out the new overlay, guys. What y'all think? It's supposed to be like I think Hanzo said it's like a cargo ship, spaceship type of theme. So, which is like a million times better than the overlay I made like a while back. So, it's crazy how the big differences between the experts and amateur hour with me. All right, Daybreak. So, talk to me about Daybreak. Like, what are some things about this map that are distinct to strategies? Like you picking one strategy over the other?
On this map, I really just tend to go to the double ling upgrade infestors. Because it's like there's one central path, you can push along that with mass spine crawlers and you set your broodlords on top.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's such a small map, they can't run around your army. And it makes the broodlord corruptor infestor composition just so much stronger on a map like this, compared to like Cloud Kingdom, for example.
Right. Okay.
So I just take the 5 bases and then just kind of camp for a little bit and get the broodlords going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that middle the middle section there seems to be a good place to kind of channel everything through. So you usually do the spine wall too, right in the middle there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right in the middle. And then if they try and push through it, it goes into like a little kind of choke point, so it's much harder for them to get through there as well.
Mm-hmm. Right. Very cool. So do you ever do 15 hatch here, or for the most part you just do the standard like 15 pool?
I don't really like to do 15 hatch, just with the off chance that they do cannon rush you, and then if they know what they're doing, it is really hard to kind of stop, and it is just an instant win. Yep. 15 hatch does give a little advantage, but a little advantage for losing a whole game, like best of
Yeah.
best of 3. I don't think it's worth it, just personally.
Yeah, I've always kind of wondered, kind of questioned that decision too by some of the players when because it definitely is economically better to do it, but again, like you said, like giving yourself a chance to instantly lose is never a great thing for just a moderate advantage.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so everything looks like it's pretty typical. The probes are already scouting, and you've thrown down the pool. And okay, so what do you do here? Do you typically send your 15th drone down there and harass them, or do you just assume that you're going to be building like the 4 lings and you go ahead and build the Overlord?
Well, with 200 minerals, I'll send the drone down just to try and kill the probe, and then I'll get the Overlord.
Okay.
Well, I'm normally always predicting I'm going to have to get the 4 Zerglings, unless I can somehow squeeze the hatchery in there.
Okay.
And it's pylon block, so...
Yeah, so you always build that Overlord. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Alright. 4 Zerglings building. Do you ever just go straight to the 3rd with your your second base?
I do sometimes, but I'll normally go there right away instead of trying to kill the probe at the natural.
Right.
Because they're normally going to throw the pylon down and they can get over to the 3rd quick enough to stop that drone getting the 3rd as well.
Right. Okay, so here are the 4 things to always take the pylons down.
So I'll take the pylon and just check the 3rd with these Zerglings to see if he's got another pylon to block that as well. And then I always get the 2 queens first, and then send the drone down.
Okay.
And I transfer the natural, the main queen down as well.
Okay, gotcha. Yep, send the main queen, add the other queen, so it works out so that basically once the queen's ready, the walkdown's ready with energy, the hatch is done, so you can inject both hatches. Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, so looking for that probe, right, with your Zerglings? Checking the 4. It's always a popular place for a pylon. Those Protoss players.
Yeah, they like to do that.
Yeah, sneaky Protoss players. So how often do you check the front? Because one thing I noticed over the weekend in a particular game is like one of the Protoss, I think it was Huck against Scarlet, that he actually ended up putting like Stargates and Probos at the front of his natural because Scarlet just didn't check like after like the initial look.
Yeah.
Do you check the front of the natural much? Like how often do you check it with like a ling or something in that?
I can't see anything when like I overload scout with about 7 minutes, 7:30 around then. I'll send the Zerglings to the front of the base because I've got quite a few players who will put their Robo Bay down there.
Right.
And yeah, like if you just walk up to the wall, you might lose a ling or two, but you've always got the chance of seeing what kind of attack out they're going.
Yeah.
I think it's so important to know that.
Yeah, that Overlord right there is just like amazing.
Yeah. And then you can kill them on that little high ground, the safe spot, and see if you take the gas.
Right here. This is what he's talking about, guys. And there's these little cube spots around the whole map that you guys like right here, and just showing right here, showing the viewers what we're talking about, and that's where you should put all your Overlords, so that you can get a good vision of the map, what's moving across this map. All right, so now you're on 3 base, going just droning. That's hard. Oh, actually, no, you're not droning right now. There he goes. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So I see he's got the 2 gas, the natural, and he doesn't have a +1 starter jet, so most likely going to be some kind of tech build or Stargate coming.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
Scout with Overlord.
So no +1 is probably Stargate or DTs or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, gotcha.
Some kind of thing like that.
Gotcha.
Going to try and block that, so I'll send the second Overlord in from the natural, just try and spot someone and then bring him back so he doesn't die.
Alright. Just get a good look, see what you see here. Look at your vision real quick.
So I see nothing at the natural, so he's probably hiding it in the main somewhere.
Alright, now you see it.
Yeah, there's Void Ray, so...
Yeah. So how do you respond with the Void Ray?
With the Void Ray, I'll just camp as best I can, just take up, because I know they can't do damage to me if I just defend, and I can get that high drone count, just kind of overtake them. But you just got to be safe for the kind of all-in, the 3 Void Ray Immortal all-in they can do.
Okay.
It's really strong with a lot of sentries. Yeah, you just need to watch out for that. See if they take a 3rd base or not, or whether it's just a trick 3rd. Because a lot of pros do that now.
Right.
Just spreading trade, taking all my gas and building some extra queens so I can eventually push out with infestors and not have to waste energy on infested turns if the Void Rays come in.
I see. Oh, I noticed there's a little error in the overlay here. Keep going. I'm gonna fix something real quick while we're doing this.
Okay.
Alright, so how many spores do you usually like to build? Like,
I like, if I can, to only build one on each base and just base your queens around that so that you can always run back to it and like poke the voidray. Yeah, so I like to get as few as I can so that I can get the more drones as possible.
I see.
I'm going to try and sneak out over to here in somewhere, see what he's doing after this.
And again, during this whole time, you're just trying to, you're just trying to just stay safe and really play and dive, right? And getting those 4 or 5 bases. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, just trying to be as safe as possible, get our bases up and just get that better income coming in.
Right.
Just trying to scout as well, see what he's doing. It's always important. You need to figure out what they're doing, if they're doing a timing or if they're just going to try and macro.
Gotcha. Alright, they should... Alright. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I had your Twitter wrong because I just had Cloud's Twitter on there, so that should fix it. Alright.
I see you getting Twilight Council now. If you check if he's going Colossus or if he's going to try some High Templar to build.
Alright, now you're seeing he's kind of pushing here across the map.
Here he comes, so I'm probably going to lose that base, so I'm going to take the other top one, try and storm for a while. I just need them to delay with that base as long as possible.
Got 26 roaches coming out here, and so the queens will deal with the void rays, while roach sling on everything else here.
Yeah, he's probably going to run away, so I'm not going to catch him, but...
Oh, you're going to catch some sentries here, though. Wow, you're going to kill almost all of the sentries.
Yeah,
okay, that was huge.
Right now in him. Do as much damage as I can since he just killed that fur base. So I'm going to deny this base from him, which is really good. So when the cross gets that 4th base, it's all much harder to stop them.
Yeah, expanding here. Oh, you're gonna get your Colossi.
I'm trying to snipe the Cybernautics score, because if I can stop him building Stalkers just now, he's gonna either have to build up all his money, or just not build anything. And the less Stalkers for me is always better. I'm just gonna try and run away.
Yeah.
Save as many roaches as I can.
Yeah, viewers, this is a live game, by the way, viewers. Just to make sure you guys don't think it's a replay. Alright, so it did a lot of damage there. Obviously stopped his upgrade at the forge and delayed his stalker production, like you were saying. Gives you plenty of time to get these 2 bases up.
Yeah, a lot of time now. You just mass drone and then turn them on to spine crawlers. So you just can't be shooting me again. We got some infestors and truckers coming, so I can get those drill lords in.
Hey, I didn't know changelings showed up as like the opposite, like your opponent's color on the mini map. I didn't realize that until now. That's funny.
I never knew that either.
Yeah. I'm like looking at it, it's like red guys. I'm like, that's your guys. Okay, so here comes a bunch of zealots that are met by about 20 roaches.
Not too good for them, I think. But yeah, it's just about stopping him, not letting him deny the bases so that you can get the gas income, because the gas is really crucial at this point in the game. I
see. So I mean, I noticed your creep spread's a little bit later than normal. Like, how important do you value creep spread in this matchup, actually?
It is really important. It's not as important as EVT. I only really need it to spread move the spine crawlers towards my spine crawler push. So I can get it a little bit later, but it's always better to get it earlier.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't really mind getting it this late.
Alright,
so just a waiting game just now, getting up the Druid Lords.
Yeah, this is that kind of, I feel like sometimes there's a little lull where the Zerg's a tiny bit vulnerable, right? When you're going to Broodlords or you're just at a low Broodlord count.
Yeah, that point where you just transition over.
Yeah. How many infestors do you have right now? You have 5 infestors. Okay. Is 5 infestors about the right number for you typically in this?
The more is better, but it's just this point just now where I need the ghastly Broodlord, so I'm just trying to get away with as few as I can, try and build up the energy on the ones I do have, so when I do engage them, I have enough energy to just kind of hold back a little bit, and then when I have the high Broodlord count, I can build more infestors as well.
And there's that giant spine cluster, I guess, that we were talking about like when we first started. Okay, there's the warp in. Yeah, these roaches have had some serious zealot kills. The kill count. I don't think you've lost the roach yet.
He's just trying to push front, but I know he's not going to be able to get in there. I should be able to snipe that warp prism as well.
Yeah.
He's corrupted. I think he's got speed, so.
So how important is that, and is having a roach squad like that? I mean, it is. Obviously you had roaches carried over from when you were trying to defend that previous attack, but would you purposely have a more mobile squad to fight off these, these zealot warpins?
Yeah, I would prefer right now to have zerglings.
Okay.
But with the roaches, they're always good because I don't have any spine crawlers just now, so if I just had zerglings, you could just keep warping in the soccer, the zealots, and then eventually kill the base.
Yeah, I got you.
I would never be able to get it up. So it is good for me just now.
Alright, so looks like you're gonna get a free Colossi. Wow, it's so weird you sent 1 Colossi over. That's okay, well, he's gonna get some kills here though on the roaches. Oh, nice burrow there.
I can just hide it here.
Yeah.
Spine crawl my main a little bit so he can't snipe like the Bear Spire. So now he's got a warp prism coming there.
Yeah, he's trying to harass you, but man, you are doing a great job of stopping everything. And while that's happening, your Broodlord army's just continually growing here.
Yeah, you just need to wait out and then just wait for that timing.
He's gonna get that. Is he gonna get that? Oh, he didn't get it.
Sadly. I'm gonna get his 5th base though, so it's kind of an okay trade, but I'd rather not take that kind of trade. That lets me get more infestor for now. So.
I kind of like your architecture, your SimCity and your main. That's kind of cool. How you have it. I mean, kind of. Unfortunately, the spire was on the outside, but outside of that, it's actually very protective of the key buildings in the mineral line. That's cool.
Yeah, if I had a little bit more creep there, we've been able to kind of wall it in with the spine fillers. We've been a bit safer, but guess it's done now.
So is that what you generally do? Like basically, like whenever you have, expendable minerals, you just throw down a spine somewhere and just replace it with a drone. Like every time you do it.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can't really spend the minerals on anything else. All your gas is going to the Broodlords. In the spine crawlers, well, they're always so good. You can always just throw them down. They're going to be useful at some point.
Right. All right. Looks like he's on creep. He's not scared. Doesn't care that you can totally see him. But all right. So let's kind of focus in here on just the engagement here and see how you engage this. It's okay. There's the mothership. So I won't say much here. I'll let you do your thing. Alright, there's the vortex.
So I'm fine with him taking the corruptors because he can't push in here. If he does, he's going to take a lot of losses. The corruptor's going to pop back out. And I'm going to get that mothership.
Oh, nice. Yes.
So it's just trying to hold him back.
Yep, like the quick corruption on it too, and now it's just like spines and all your broodlords are going to work this.
Yeah, and he's not going to be able to break this.
Yeah.
Throw some infest turns down, they're always good.
Yep.
Soak up some damage as well.
Yeah.
And then, right now I've basically won this game.
Yeah, I mean he's lost way more than you. You still have broodlords and all your investors. So
Yeah, and I've got so much gas, I can just put a lot of corruptors in, push them now. I'm gonna lose the Greater Spire again, which is not good.
yeah, those blasted DTs.
Yeah, it's a pain. I should save
Oh,
that.
nice transfuses though. It's gonna be close.
Okay.
Man, they do so much damage. It's crazy.
So I'm gonna just need to wait out again. And I need to scout right now to see if he's going into carriers. If he is, I need to watch out for that.
Yeah, it's a typical transition right into against the Broodlord army.
If you can get at least a few of them out, and this is going to
Oh no.
It's not how I'd like it, but I'm still in an okay position. It's not horrible for me.
Yeah. It's like analogous to like a Terran just dropping all over the place to delay you, right?
Yeah,
This is
so.
Those
So
3/3 zealots are really strong, man.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah. So during a period like this, like where he's killed obviously a tech structure that you need to build, the units that you're wanting to build. What do you do? I mean, are you just banking and?
Yeah, it's just I just need to wait. A lot of corruptors out, and then when the Greater Spire is finished again, I can turn them on Broodlords, and it's just waiting really.
Yeah. Just wondering if there's maybe a plan B, I guess, whenever this kind of thing happens, because obviously he's succeeding in delaying you, right? And he was behind for sure after that one battle, so.
Yeah, if he didn't snipe that, he would probably just die just now, but
yeah.
Yeah, I just need to wait out and see how it goes.
Oh, just enough. I think you had the wrong unit. You still might get it.
Yeah, I should save that hatch.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
And then right now...
It's a really good game.
Yeah, it's quite weird. Just... The warp prisms are so good. Protoss.
So typically with the carrier transition, what's the Zerg's what's the proper response to it for Zerg?
You just need to, if you scout it, you just need to get the more corruptors out, try and push it out reasonable time so you can't just build up mass carriers. If you manage to do that, it is a bit bad.
Let's see.
But as long as you don't have too many, it's always winnable. I'm just trying to snipe the Greater Spire again. So.
Nice. You might as well put 10 spawns around that Greater Spire.
Yeah.
That guy's...
Wall it off a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny. Okay, so Corruptor and I guess Infestor is the proper composition?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can always use infest turns, so the more infestors you have, it just gets better and better.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to turn these on Broodlords. I need some Overseer first, actually.
So just waiting for max at this point?
Yeah, at this point, I just need to wait for all these corruptors to turn into Broodlords and I can push again.
Okay.
And just hope not to lose my Greater Spire again. There's no warp prism coming, so... There it goes.
They're fast, that's for dang sure.
Yeah, that's pretty good as well.
That upgrade, that speed upgrade on the Warp Prism is so good, so good.
And then I'm not sure what he's doing with these stalkers, maybe his army's falling or he just wants to trade these off. I think he just wants to trade them off.
Yeah, it's kind of probably suiciding them at this point.
Yeah. I don't mind really him giving me them. I'm happy with that.
Pad your stats. Get a couple kills on these, these infestors and spines.
So right now I'm pretty sure he's going into carriers. I can kind of feel it.
Oh my gosh,
So,
this engagement's gonna be ridiculous.
with all these spines as well. He can't really engage me without losing, being not cost effective. I want to try and catch these Archons. And they get one, but...
Any thoughts on building like Mass 4?
Can be useful. Just to soak up the damage if he goes carriers.
Yeah. But the carrier armies usually has some Archon too to it, so you have to definitely have some ground to it too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you always need some Broodlords because they're gonna have Archons and
oh my god, this is as resource intensive as you get. Oh my god, those Funkles look so huge on the carrier. Oh my gosh, this is hard to say who's winning this right now.
Yeah, it's not looking good for me.
Yeah, let's see what comes out of these. Yeah, you don't have much infestor energy. Yeah, those carriers in mass numbers are just so strong. There you go. Got a couple carriers there.
I'm expecting to lose it now, so
yeah.
Just that water prisons denying and stuff really changed the game.
Yeah. That one particular DT one, yeah, was a game changer.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just gonna try and send these Broodlords off, try and...
when you have like carriers, like what is Zerg supposed to do against that? I mean, like infested Terrans die instantly to it.
Yeah, you really just need to get them before they get to that kind of number.
I see.
When they get massive, and it's really hard to stop them.
Are fungling the interceptors worth it?
I'd prefer putting infest turns out. I just don't think the infest turns kill enough quickly.
Okay. Yeah, this is like madness here. Alright, well it's probably, I don't know, do you think it's GG or?
Yeah, I think there's a high chance it'd be more.
Yeah, if you had probably more minerals there, you might actually be able to counter there. Yeah, I just figured we start another, a new game. But no, that was a cool game for sure. I mean, obviously it would have been none better if we ended up winning that last one. But that's how it's always harder. It's hard to talk and play. So, but I think that game was a great, a great display of kind of how the mashup works, right?
Yeah, showing how it works, how it plays out.
Yeah, exactly. So, good stuff. Let's kind of transition into the game too. For the viewers just tuning in, what we're doing is we have dignitasJonnyREcco on to play some live games and walk us through Zerg strategies, builds, just any kind of, I guess, tips and that type of thing that he can give us and given that he's so good, he's so good at the game. So we're playing practice games against Quirk right now. And what map do you think we should play next? I think he wants to play PvZ for the most part today, so...
if you want to go for a good Protoss map or a good Zerg map?
Probably a Zerg map, given that you're our guest today.
Then Ohana would
Okay.
be a great Zerg map.
Alright, let's do Ohana. And this is a dropping map, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can drop really well on this.
Yeah.
Just pick them apart.
Cool. Yeah, for those of you who don't know Quark, actually, the guy he's playing, he's actually a really good player too. Is he on a team? Is Quark on a team?
He's on VYE just now. We just joined them a little while ago.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice. There's Zictos in here. Alright, let's Zicto watch too. Alright, everybody ready? And yeah, for those of you again that just missed the first game, we Johnny was showing us kind of his I guess his style, how it gets into the late game, right? I'm really forcing the Broodlord type of army, and then really seeing the dominance of it. And honestly, like, you crushed his army. It was just one warp prism with DTs that changed the game. If it wasn't for that, it would have been like an easy win, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny how the dynamics of this matchup work sometimes. Why can't we do that? Why can't Zergs? I'm a Zerg player too. Why can't Zergs have that ability to just completely delay and change the change the balance of the game? I mean, it's a crazy change. All right, is Quirk ready? Dennis is ready there.
I think he's ready.
Waiting for him.
He told me he actually left BYE. He wanted me to tell you.
Oh, BYE. Okay, so he's not on BYE. Yeah. So
Yeah,
free agent here, guys. Free agent. So you joined Dignitas not too long ago too. So how are you liking it?
Yeah, it's like a really nice team. Everyone's always nice to each other. It's kind of like a family kind of team. It is really good being a part of it. They support you so well as well.
Yeah. So right now, Dignitas. I mean, obviously Bling's on it. Who else is on it right now? Is Show on back on Dignitas or no?
Yeah, I think he's still on.
He's on sometimes, off sometimes. So okay, we go. Yeah, select. Which we'll have select on here sometime in September, guys, for all you tournament fans out there. Yeah, guys, I live in Florida, so we've had, obviously the crazy hurricane, or the hurricane misses over here, so don't be surprised if the connections are a little bit, I don't know, if they're a little bit choppy from time to time, because crazy rains and storms and all that good stuff. Alright, Ohana, so
I'm just saying kind of build this last game, 16 pull, 16 hatch, 7 possible.
Okay, cool. This isn't a bad Broodlord map either, right? I mean, it's so compact and...
Yeah, I feel like the smaller maps are just amazing for spy crawler pushes. It just makes it impossible for them to be able to actually engage your army, and if they do, it's just not going to go well.
I see.
So I feel like the bigger maps are better for Protoss than the smaller ones. They're bigger as well, the warp prisms, so they're going to do a lot. They will do a lot more in the games.
Right.
I'm just going to have you running all over the place all the time.
Alright. So when do you typically stop droning? I mean, is there a moment, I know a lot of folks, would prefer to just drone all the way like to 70 and or 75 or whatever, and then stop and then start producing units, but obviously Protoss know that there are timings that exploit that. So is there, what's the timing of when you start to build units just to be safe?
It depends on a scout. Sometimes I just won't build units.
Okay.
Depends. With the Sentry Immortal push, you need to be able to tell if they get the robo, and then you need to stop at 60 drones and just build units. Try and do a little bit of counter-attack to delay them. It's like one of the main times you really need to find out if they're doing that or not. So they just want to tech up and go somewhere else.
Right.
But yeah, it's just about figuring out what they're doing. If you're able to just drone as much as you want, and then there's some pushes like the 5 Immortal Archon Zealot Stalker push. You need to basically mass drones with that and just make as many spine crawlers as you can, mass infestors as well.
Right.
So you just need to try and figure out what they're doing and then adjust to that.
Gotcha. Right, pylon block. Things are coming. What minute do you typically move that Overlord that's sitting on his natural?
When I see the Cyber Crow go down, I'll wait as long as possible, see if he chrono boosts it or not. Or if he's chrono boosting the gateway, and then I'll move it so I don't lose it to a soccer. So yeah, just sit there as long as possible.
Cool. Yeah, that's the best scout ever.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. And you typically move them between the natural and main, just that spot, or do you move them on the right of the main, or the natural? Sorry, right of the natural.
I just put them right in the natural, you know, above the gases.
Yeah, so you can just scout those. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It tells you a lot to take the gases or not.
Yeah. All right. Zerglings being diligent with your Zerglings, looking for any kind of probes or possible pylons around here.
Just need to be safe because it can always ruin your game plan later on.
Yeah. It's always the worst feeling.
Yeah.
Alright, get your third. And with this, so what, Nohana, when's the timing of when you kill that rock? Because that kind of throws me off sometimes, like where I'll end up building like a few extra earlylings and then it just kind of throws my build off some.
I used to always build some Zerglings, just try and take the rocks down so that I could easily get between the natural and the fourth, the third. Recently I've just kind of been as greedy as possible.
I see,
And
yeah.
then if you do attack, if you do scout it, like if it's like a 4-gate timing, you can always have roaches in time to get down there, even with the rocks in between.
I see.
And then if it's a later timing, you should be able to knock them down with roaches, Zerglings, in preparation for that.
Okay, great.
So just my double gas at 6 and then just keep droning from there, trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay, and then you sent your natural queen over to the third, right? Okay, yeah, because you were building a queen in your natural, gotcha. Good stuff. Right, just droning.
And then I always have an overlord at their third, so I can see that right now he's taking that third. So I don't need to build a roach warren or evo chamber just now. Just drone as much as I want to and be safe.
Okay, yeah, I mean, so when you see the early third, is your instinct to be aggressive or just, oh, I'm just going to keep droning then?
It's mainly just, I can be greedy now, keep droning a little bit more.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm going to go for some overlord jumps because I can do some damage for that.
Alright, like the macro hatch. 730 macro hatch or so. Okay, double evo. With the upgrades, you're going to be getting range and carapace? Is that right? Or melee?
Because I'm going for drops just now, I'm going to get the plus ranged for just now. You want to be doing as much damage as you can with the roaches when you're dropping.
Do you get carapace with it, or do you get melee with it?
I only got one evo in this build.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a roach horn, sorry. I thought I was thinking double evo when I saw them both go out at the same time. Yeah, of course, it's EVP, right? Gotcha. Right,
So I get the eventual sacks first. They're going to be a lot longer, and then I can just drone a little bit more.
Right.
Get the saturation I need.
Alright, so you're at, yeah, okay, so you're at 58 drones. Good deal.
And right now is where I want to be saturated. I'm just going to start building some units now. Get ready to do the drops.
Okay.
Get an overseer in case he gets an observer. I can maybe snipe it with a queen. Kind of keep him in the dark about what I'm doing.
Right. And again, the point to the drop is really for a two-prong attack. It's not for a doom drop or anything in this base. Is that right?
Yeah, you just want to try and split his army.
Oh my god. Oh, I was going to say, I thought you were going to get in there, man.
And then should hopefully line up with +1 as well, and then I can go for it, try and do some damage.
Yep. Looks like that's what's happening here. And just waiting on Overlord speed. So a standing army, you pretty much set up for the drop, and then your rally just will probably go to his third. Is that about right?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Set up outside the natural. Split some roaches off to drop in the third, and then the rest I'm gonna try and drop into the main.
How important is it to retain one of them? Like, most likely the one at the third, like, not to, like, fully commit and lose it?
It's really important to like try and keep it alive.
Okay.
Yeah. You always want to.
I sees it.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, he kind of saw that, unfortunately, with the, that's a good, that was a good Phoenix Scout.
Still do quite a lot of damage with this.
Yeah, you're still doing well. I mean, yeah, that +1's really helping.
Trying to apart as best I can.
Alright, you killed a few probes there.
Not many as I would like to, so try and keep him in his base.
Okay.
Try and keep doing some damage if I can.
So building the infestor pit. This kind of period where you're gonna have to delay a little bit, so you just constantly harass here. Oh wow, you got in here.
Yeah.
That's huge for
Really
you
nice
there.
for me. Yeah.
Losing
Sources.
6 sentries there. Really bad for him.
Yeah, it's great for me now.
Right. I was just saying, like, what can we do to do that same similar kind of delaying, dropping tactics? I guess this is it. Nice. Okay, just building a lot of lings at this point because you build the fastest. So you can, yeah. Okay, got a drop coming in on the main while you have this. Oh, got those force steals down that time, but you're gonna get 4 roaches in here. It's gonna.
Yeah, into the main again.
Yeah. Alright, he's looking like he wants to push here.
Yeah, it's looking a bit dangerous for me. I can't fight his army, so I just need kind of base trade just now.
I see.
Hopefully I can get him. Which I believe I can.
Yep, so in base trade scenario here, you're just going to build a ton of spines, just keep building lings, just whatever units and sending him over to his base, right?
Yeah, well the ones I've got in his base just now, I'm going to try and do damage then.
Oh yeah.
Try and hold them off. So.
Oh, you're going to need the spines here.
That's going to be really hard to stop this.
Yeah, it's a pretty big army. It's nice getting the spines down there. That's going to help quite a bit.
So we're really close.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got too much.
Yeah, I think he's got it. Yeah, it was just that Phoenix. It was really good timing on that hallucination Phoenix. I think if he wouldn't have gotten that, I think he would have crushed with that army. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I definitely like the timing of that. I mean,
No, it can't work. Just thinking.
yeah. All right. Good deal. I mean, we got to see another build. All right, what map you want?
Let's see.
Any of these WCS ones? Cloud Kingdom. Let's see. Antigua, Entombed. I mean, we can play some of the ones we already played. Just to, maybe show us something different.
Well, we can do Cloud Kingdom. I don't mind that one.
Okay, sure. Oh man, almost click join game. I hate that, man. Alright, Cloud Kingdom. Right. Okay, and again, folks just tuning in for the show for the first time, what we're doing is we have dignitasJonnyREcco on here to play some live games and walk us through some games. He's kind of talking and playing at the same time, so appreciate him doing that. It's obviously not the easiest thing to do, so thanks for doing that, Johnny, especially for the viewers and everything.
It's all good.
Okay, everybody ready? We're going to be playing Cloud Kingdom next, and so far we've had Johnny kind of walk through a more late game Hive Broodlord type of style, and then the last game he did a roach sling drop kind of multi-prong attacking style in Ohana. And on this map, is there anything that's that you tend to steer towards?
On this map, I really prefer Mutalisks.
Okay.
You can contain them on free base, then you can just really expand everywhere. Then I've got a few variations of how I can go after that.
Okay. And in this style, you always end up with Broodlord. I mean, you always end up with a Hive army in the end, right? You don't just try for base trade or win with.
No, like I always prefer to try and get the Hive units out. I think it's the only way you can kill Protoss army.
Okay.
If they just defend your base trade, then it turns into a bad situation.
I see. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's funny. Like I was watching a lot of MLG this weekend, and there's just so many like old styles kind of coming back and being successful. Like Mutabling, in ZVT, or I was even seeing just kind of the roach sling into Muta transition even in GVP, which haven't seen for months, either. So it's kind of funny how old styles, or how cyclical, I guess, strategies are. Old things come back. I guess one thing that hasn't changed, roaches are still super important in GVZ.
Yeah,
everybody's still, yeah, it's hard to avoid that. All right. So anything particular about this map that worth noting that's that you think is unique about it, or really affects playstyle?
If you just play the standard Ling Infestor on this map, I think it is really hard to be a Protoss. You can't really fight their army, they'll always just run around you, try and kill bases, and then they can always draw you out of position.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to get into a good spot where you can pre-split your army. You're going to have to chase their army, then you're going to get caught.
I see.
Yeah, a little bit unfair.
Yeah, this map's definitely hard to kind of funnel everything to one spot too, because there's just so many entrances, like to the third and to the fourth and the natural. It's
hard to defend all the bases because you need a lot more spine crawlers to defend everywhere.
Yeah. All right, here come the Lings. Wings are out, gonna clear that out. Pretty
And
typical.
then,
Pretty much been the same every game here.
yeah, I mean, it was pretty standard with me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, pretty standard with him too. I guess last game he went super early third, so I guess
Mhm.
that's a little bit different than the Daybreak one.
Yeah.
You ever like to, 10 pull or, I mean, anything before 13 pull?
I do sometimes 6 full, but
Mhm.
not a lot, just to kind of throw an opponent off.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be quite good, especially if they go Nexus first, just as greedy as they can. They don't scout you, then
It's auto win, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
just straight win for you. I think it's really important just to throw it in every so often.
Yeah, especially when the Protoss isn't as comfortable, right, with that, with their, I guess their build order after the defense of it too.
Yeah.
Comfortable meaning, like, I guess, for viewers, comfortable meaning how the timings match up with the Zerg, because obviously whenever you're just playing standard, everybody kind of knows how things line up minute-wise and build, just supply-wise. I think some players do. So when you throw that off a little bit, it can be a pretty distracting.
Really
Yeah.
throws them off, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so kind of caught view of that.
Yeah, so he's strong boosting that, so if the forge is lit up, could be some kind of attack he wants to go for, some little timing.
Gotcha. Alright, just run in. Alright, so you like to transfer drones? Not just rally once you're saturated?
I always well, because he managed to block the bases for a little while, it threw the timings off, so
Oh,
my
I see.
saturation was a little off, so I have to transfer them around.
Gotcha.
The charts a little bit because you're losing mining time all the time.
Yeah, got it. Cool.
Doesn't have +1, so he's not going to be attacking soon, I don't think. So try and scout what he's doing, just get quick there.
Oh, that darn Zell had 8 hit points on it, jeez.
He's been quite a pain.
Yeah, guys, just tuning in. Yeah, the VODs are typically up, or the stream chat's asking when the VODs are up. The VODs are usually up, later the night of the shows. With the day shows, I usually rebroadcast for the NA folks that they're at work and that sort of thing at the regular time, which is 11 p.m. Eastern, and then after that, I usually post the VODs. So for all you EU folks, it'll be up tomorrow morning for you guys. And okay.
So right now I know he's got an observer, so he's got a RoboBay. I'm just going to try and see what he's doing, get an overseer in there. Try and scout if he's got his bird up just now. If he does, and we get that proxy again. Yeah, he's for the third, so. That's fired up.
Okay.
I can really.
And you're still gonna do mutas here?
Yeah.
Okay.
To contain him. Yeah.
Alright.
And a little bit supply blocked, which hurts, of course.
Yeah. We all do it. Everybody does it.
And then
Even
I'm going to be able to get the
Koreans.
Swart Prism. Yeah. So the observer's going to die here, which is really good for me if it's in the dark a little bit.
I see. Oh, there's that proxy that you were talking about.
Down there.
Funny. Funny. Alright, so taking a 4th and a 5th.
Yeah, I'm going to need to keep the gases on them so I can afford to. Not having to drone them up too much. For what I want to do, I don't need massive amount of minerals, just the gas, the main thing.
Yep.
So I'm going to get around infested pit, go up to hive, and then depending, it looks like he wants to attack, I'll either go ultra, or just straight into broodlers.
Oh, I saw those meters right when they came out. It's okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's probably too late to get cannons up though.
So I'm coming up now with the natural, but
Yeah.
Looks like he wants to push out.
That's tends to be the response whenever they scout mutas too. Okay, so you're just gonna be massing Ling and Muta and probably eventually engage this, right?
Yeah, if he stays out for a while, I should go just kill him.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to run away just now, so I'm gonna get in front of him.
The double expand's always nice too, because even though you lost 300, you always get that fort. They typically only get one of them, right? So, oh,
Yeah,
that's cut
true.
off there. Oh yeah, the Ling force field there.
The Zerg equivalent.
Yeah. Okay, killing the immortal. Might get a few probes over there, but you saved the majority of your mutas, which is the most important part.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Well,
Getting some probe kills off the glade bounces.
right now, just trading as well as I can.
Yeah.
Killing some probes with the furs.
Yeah.
Getting hive up. The kind of thing, just mass expanding. It's on this map, it's so big. You can just take all the bases.
Alright, so you're probably going to stop at around 20 mutas here, because given that you've already done the damage and you have the standing army, you can just keep... Oh, wow, he's already got Storm. Wow, that was quick.
That's quite quick.
You play Quirk a lot, don't you?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's like metagaming you like every game, dude. It's like ridiculous. Because I know he didn't get a look at your base until he did that hallucinated Phoenix. So there's no way he should have been getting Storm that fast. Oh, nice. So that's huge for you.
No.
Okay, he's gonna go after. Part of them are gonna go after the Nexus, while some get some probes here. Alright, Nexus down. Alright, just going after the big buildings at this point, right?
Yeah, and trying to deny that fort that you get. You're getting up just now as well.
Yep.
He's not gonna
here.
Yeah.
Oh man, they just walked right by you. the link. Oh no, he sees them. Darn it. Okay, so denied his 4th, and obviously took out his main Nexus, which is good, but it was almost out of minerals anyways. But
Yeah.
I guess the gas, though. Gas is huge.
Helps a little bit as well. He doesn't have the extra chrono boost because R's quite good at using it, so it always helps him out quite a bit.
Did I miss a drop in your base, or did he drop in your base or anything? Or warp prism?
No.
Did I miss that?
No, he hasn't done anything like that.
Okay, yeah, I was just wondering because your things were running there. I was like, oh, did I miss a warp prism? Okay, so wow, so now you have Banes. Wow, talk to me about that.
He's gonna have to either split up, you know, like micro away from them, which then like separates them, so the dragons get in between, more surface area.
Okay. Wow.
That's the main thing. And then they also do a lot of damage to stalkers because they clump up so badly.
Alright.
Yeah, he's pushing at it so.
And again, you've been expanding all over the map here. Gonna be Getting a lot of kills in this natural here. Yep. Oh boy, this is gonna holding my breath here.
Oh,
oh, it looks right into it.
Yeah. That's why take it. And then
Nice.
come from behind as well.
Oh, you got ultras in the front too. That's so nice. Yeah, the Bane's. Oh, he's doing quite a bit of damage though with the blink, but you're just wrecking his base though. So this is pretty much an all-in for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're making 100 lings. 100 lings should kill about. You know, you should kill what 15 stalkers here.
I think I'll be good.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine with that.
Yeah. So just killing this army, then I can counterattack him. And I know he's got no fork yet, so.
Huh. Very, very cool. Yeah, I kind of like that Bane. You know, that kind of mini Bane army there, just to provide some DPS there. You know, for your ling count, I guess. It was nice, and then that ultra follow-up was great, man. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really good timing because if you try and go straight into Broodlords, you know, you would probably kill me there.
Yeah.
But with ultras, you can always manage to survive it.
Yeah, the beauty of it too is like this too. Like you're a crazy mobile. You have a crazy mobile army too. So yeah, just counterattack immediately.
Yeah, after he loses his whole army, he's got no main, no fork. He just can't hold this.
Yeah. Alright, it should be GG here any second.
I think it should be.
Well guys, I think we're probably gonna go into some Q&A after this. So start adding me on Skype. The way we're gonna do Q&A, viewers, is add me on Skype. I'll pull you into the call, and then you can ask Johnny any questions you want, whether it's strategy related or it's personal related, like. Hopefully not too personal, but yeah. So it's kind of my way of letting you guys, you know, obviously ask your questions and talk to Johnny if you're a huge fan of his. So, all right, let me think. Work for the games. We're done. And we will, transition into that. If you guys don't have Skype, you feel free to ask questions on the stream chat too. We'll kind of take those if we don't have any callers. All right, good deal, man. Great job, with talking and playing and showing us, those different styles. And that was cool because there were 3 very distinct styles, and I think that I'm hoping the viewers appreciate it. I definitely appreciated it. So.
Yeah, I'm only happy to be on the show.
Yeah, awesome. So funny, man. Titus, Reese, has been telling me to watch you forever now. I mean, like, he's probably watching it right now, but I remember back in, God, when was it? It was, February, or it wasn't even too long after I'd started the show, and he's like, dude, John, you gotta watch Johnny, he's an awesome player. Nobody knows about him, and, I mean, he was telling me about you, and, probably even Nick, Zicto, and just all the even Fuse guys, right, back in the day. Yeah. And I was just like, oh yeah, I mean, I definitely, I've been wanted to. It's just like the EU scene in particular, I just wasn't as tuned in to the up and coming scene. So it took a while. I don't think it wasn't until you had that White Raw show match. Remember that, like a while back? Yeah. It wasn't until then I finally was like, oh yeah, Johnny's good, man. So yeah, it's kind of funny how that kind of works out, and the up and coming scene is always it's so challenging for you guys to get exposure. So I definitely want to help with that with this show, and at this point you've been in so many big tournaments already, so it's not like we're in that region for you anyways, but it's just funny thinking back on it. Hey Mark, whoever just added me, you're gonna have to, I can't add you in contacts for some reason, so I'm not sure why. But okay, we got Harry here. We're gonna have him call in. He's got a nice, what is that, a drumstick or something? It's like an ice cream Man, those drumsticks are good. Have you ever had a drumstick?
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. Harry, what's up, man?
Hey, thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, man. You have a question for Johnny?
Yeah, it was just about ZVT. Like, I'm in High Diamond, like, Low Masters, ZVT, and I go, like, 4 queens into a quick third, and then try to get it to late game, and from that I always go, like, Ling, Bane, Ultra, Infesta, and it's just, like, if I mess something up, I lose my whole army, and then I can't transfer into anything. Is it just drone count, or I don't know?
Do you get fast upgrades in the matchup, like double evo quite early on?
Yeah, I go like around 50 supply, I get like 4 gas and go double eco, yeah, double upgrading.
Yeah, well, the main thing like with EVT, it's all about the upgrades, timing like the layer and the hive out. And then with Ultra Bane Infestor, Ling, what you want to try and do is if you can just trade armies effectively, you try and take that, deny some bases. But what you really want to do with armies is just a transition to Broodlord Corruptor. And then when you have the Broodlord Corruptor, you can actually push the Terran army, and then that's like the point you win. So it's all about just taking your bases, getting the economy going where you can defend with Ultras, and then, you know, going into Broodlords. So
like what drone count is it? Like, what do you look for an ideal drone count? Like 4 or 5 bases? Because on replays I'm about 71, and then I've seen Xenio and a replay pack get about 80, like 90.
Yeah.
I personally like to get about 80, because you're always going to be trading with the Terran army, so you want the resources to, you know, make another army so that if the first army dies, you know, it's not completely over for you, you still got a lot of chances, a lot of money banked. Also helps with the Broodlords as well, because then when your Ultras die, you've got the money in gas to make Mathling and then Broodlord Corruptor as well. So like 3 full bases of drones mining minerals, and then, you know, like every base with gas on it is what I aim to go for.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Alright, Harry. Thanks for your question, buddy.
Thanks for the call. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Alright, we got Mark here. Again, guys, if you want to call in, ask Johnny your questions, add me on Skype. My Skype ID is ChanmanV. And Mark, I'm still trying to add you here. I can't pull you on unless you let me add you. We have some questions on the stream chat, though. Let's see. Here's one from Vice Stone. What's the best way to deal with Sky Protoss? I think we kind of went over that a little bit, but I guess he might have missed it. So, Void Rays, Carriers, and Mothership.
What, Protoss, yeah? Or Terran?
Yeah, I mean, dealing with it as a Zerg.
It's really hard. You just need to scout it with Overseer, keep building the Broodlord count, but as soon as you see these going into Carriers and Void Rays, Mothership, that kind of thing, you need to just mass Corruptors from that point, try and push as much damage as you can, and most of the time if you scout it just as they're transitioning, you should be able to just roll right through them. Yeah, it's pretty easy if you scout it on time.
Yeah, I mean, once they get that army right, they're pretty immobile too, so even just like a small set of Lings just wrecks their base, right? I mean, they typically have transitioned completely to Sky, and I think, I think the Mass Spores is actually a decent option too. It's just, I don't know if you guys have that much money though at the end of the game. That's the problem.
Depends. Like on some maps, if it's bigger maps with more bases, you can always build Mass Spore fine, and then you can always just push forward if you keep moving your creep forward. I think that's the only real way to beat it, because you always need Broodlords, so you're not going to have enough Corruptors to defeat the entire air army. Yeah, and the Spores, if you've got quite a few of them, they're going to kill all the Interceptors and just add to your overall DPS.
Yeah, the Carriers, once they reach that, that tipping point, the Corruptors just can't take them out fast enough. They just die so quickly. It doesn't even matter if you have 3 armor. It's just ridiculous how fast
they're really good. Yeah, when they get a certain amount.
Don't take away the Carrier. guys. I mean, the carrier is such a staple of StarCraft. I'd hate to not see it in Heart of the Swarm, man. All right, so any callers? Yeah, come on, guys, you gotta call in, man. That's usually the viewers love calling in, but today we got a ton of stream chatter. So let's see. The next question here, Johnny, how do you respond? Actually, I think the viewer's name is Johnny. How do you respond to Protoss Stargate opening into third? Do you get aggressive or aim directly for a Broodlord Investor?
Well, what I'll do is I just get some 4 crawlers up to defend, get an extra 2 free queens. Just get full saturation on free base, and then because they've went Stargate, they can't really do ground attacks. But you need to scout one overseer, try and get in their base. If you see a few void rays coming, it's most likely some kind of timing attack, which can be really strong if you don't scout it. It just kills you. But yeah, you just need to scout that, see if they're just macroing up, and if they are, you can expand to 4th and 5th, and then use your infestors, double upgrades, and then move on to Broodlord and Corruptor, just like a standard game.
I see. Okay, let's get a non-StarCraft related question here. Where in Scotland are you from?
I live in Aberdeen.
All right, Aberdeen guy. So that was from. Gosh, I can barely read this. Jarhead. Yeah. God, man, I'm looking at it on my laptop, and it's like really light. It's like this pale green. It's hard to read. Oh, this is a good question. This is a question or a problem I have too, is I have some problems with holding a Protoss's three Immortal and Sentry Stalker, push. Are any tips that you can give for that?
I always used to have tons of trouble with it. But nowadays I kind of figure out how to defend it. You need to figure out if they're going to get a robo bait. You need to scout the robo bait. It's the main important thing. And then you can kind of tell by how they're posturing if they're going to take a third base. And then if you know it's coming, or if you think it's coming, you just get 4 gas, 60 drones minimum. You can't really go above that. Then you get the roach speed, get some roaches and dirglings, and then you just basically force counterattack. You just scare him into thinking you're going to cover. So you just run past his army, and he's almost always going to try and stop you, because you're going to do a lot of damage if you let you in. If you build the units early enough, you should get there just as he's moving out. You're trying to delay for time as much as possible, because if you've got the free base, you've got more economy, and then as it goes on longer, you just, while you're stalling him that unit, you're just building up more units home, and then when he finally does push, you should have enough to just hold it back at base, and just try and get good surrounds on it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest issue I have is always just, there's just so many force fields with that army too. So like, even if I have, I'll have like 50 supply more than the guy, something crazy like that, and it's just, I still get crushed. But I think delaying it, probably I would have like another 20 supply too, so it would be even bigger a discrepancy, and I could throw away some units, I guess, with the force fields. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's probably really good advice for. I mean, I'm sure a lot of folks, a lot of lower level players run into that all the time on the ladder, I'm sure.
I hope it helps, because it always gets me so many times before, and then, kind of figure it out a little bit.
Yeah, it's just so much easier to execute for the pros. No offense for us players, but I think it's true. I mean, I asked other Protoss pros, and they're like, yeah, it actually is, than defending it. Okay, so what's your next event?
The next one is WCS Europe, over in Sweden.
When is that?
I think it's 3 or so weeks from now.
Okay.
So quite soon. And then after that, I just qualified for WCG in China through I-46.
Nice.
That's like the only things I have actually set in stone just now. I'm just waiting on everything else, seeing how it goes.
I see. I see. Fatboy here. Actually, that last question was from Binder. Fatboy with 2105 asks, when or will you start streaming? Like, do you stream right now? I don't.
I can't stream right now. My computer just isn't good enough. I get too low FPS.
Okay.
But I should be streaming in, like, I keep saying soon, but it just depends on when I get a new computer.
I see.
So hopefully it'll be soon, like, maybe in a month, maybe less than that.
Odie, get him a new computer. Jeez. This is crazy. Let's see. How much... What? I don't even understand that. Imbrew do you drink per day? From Xeno SC2? What is Imbrew?
Iron Brew.
Oh, Imbrew. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, stupid.
No, not actually. I kind of prefer Pepsi. So.
Gotcha. Pepsi. Wow. Endorsement for Pepsi.
Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, should I?
Well, it's not like you're... Oh, well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. You shouldn't have said that. Alright. Okay, so Panda Liquor asks, how do you react to builds using a decent amount of Hellions and Ravens in the mixture most... Wait, see... Oh, how do you react to builds using a decent amount of Hellions and Ravens in the mixture? Most importantly, Raven bombs. Huh. I don't... Wow, that's kind of a... That's hard to answer, right?
Yeah, it depends if it's late game or early game. If it's early game, they just, they don't have enough units to kind of go Raven, so it goes pretty well. Late game, I feel like if they get a lot of Ravens out, it's really unstoppable. I don't think you can beat it. Even if you do spread well, they do that much damage that... And if you do spread, the amount of Vikings they have, if you go Broodlord Corruptor, they can just pick off sections of your army, and you need to clump to be able to take on their army, so I'm not sure, it is really hard. It's hopefully, they clump the Ravens and you get a good fungo off.
Yeah, it's pretty darn hard. Not to mention you have this, I mean, they can Hunter Seeker your infestors too, so it's like, oh my gosh. And they can EMP everything if they wanted to too, so it's like, okay, yeah, so that's pretty tough. Whenever, I think the Terran army is greater than the Zerg army when it comes to like ideal armies. That Sky army is just incredibly tough. Let's see, I don't know, so Stasia Joe asks, why are you not playing with the Dream Team? What's the dream? Who's the Dream Team?
It's a bunch of Dignitas guys I play when we play 4v4.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So, I guess I'm on here just now, so I can't be playing the Dream Team.
Yeah. It's seniority, right?
Yeah.
Guys have been around longer. Let's see. Okay, so what, it says Hanky Panky asks, what playstyle do you hate playing against most in ZVT and ZVP? Not necessarily like your weakest against, just what you just hate playing against.
Moment turns, I don't like playing against Ravens late game. Raven, Vikings, forward, like that kind of composition is really hard to beat if you go mech as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't like that in turn. With Protoss, there's nothing... Sorry, what was that?
No, go ahead. No.
With Protoss, there's nothing I really don't like. The main problem is, if they transition to carriers and you don't scout it, then I don't like playing like that. No.
Right. Okay, good deal. Oh God, some of these questions are ridiculous. Let's see, Johnny, when you are going Ling Infestor against Terran, and you scout mech, what do you do?
I'll
That's a good question.
throw the Roach Warren up as soon as I can. As soon as I scout mech, I'll get about... It depends, if they're taking lots of CCs, I know I can just be a little bit more greedier. I'll take as many bases as I can, get the gas income, get a lot of infestors, and I get burrow, and then I'll sit in the centre of the map with a maxed army, get high tech, and I'll try and get ultras out in time. If not, I'll go Broodlord. So it's mostly ultras, then I transition into Broodlords after. But if they push out with their mech army earlier on, I'll try and... Well, they always normally have a lot of Hellions, so I'll try and fungo them, wear them away, because that's like the buffer between the mech units and...
Yep.
Then after they're dead, I'll burrow all the infestors, and just throw out mass infested turns. We're going to do all the splash damage, then you can just run in with all the units. That's how I mainly play them.
I see. Yeah, it's really smart because once they're basically tanking, right, for all your lings and units, they'll probably
Yeah.
die a lot easier, right? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of folks just handling mech, like, well, except for, I guess, the MVP when he's playing mech, but for the most part, I've been seeing, like, a lot of folks just dealing it with it, just pure Roach, actually.
Mhm.
Roach has been doing so well, and obviously drop Roaches, work really well too, but, yeah, Roaches are just good.
Yeah, there.
Especially against mech. Let's take a few more, and then no more callers, guys. I'm surprised there's no callers. There's only been one caller today. Again, guys, if you want to call in, you can just add me on Skype. My Skype ID is ChanmanV. Let me type it in here so you guys know. But I mean, Stream Chat's been great though. Stream Chat's had a lot of dialogue today, which is always great. Let's see another question. See, I feel like I missed one. Oh, are you playing full time right now? Or how many days, like how many hours a day, I guess, are you playing?
Well, I play full time, but I don't really play as much as I should.
Mm.
The thing is, like, I only play 2-3 hours a day most days, but the rest of it, like 5-6 hours, I watch streams and really learn from like the best players out there, and like just implement it in my own style. I think that's really important because I think if you play too much, it doesn't really benefit you, and you can learn a lot from watching other people play, like good things, bad things, and then just adjust it.
Yeah, that's funny because I was talking to Scar a little bit yesterday, and yeah, I mean practice, when players practice, it doesn't always involve playing the game. I mean, actually, doing a lot of analysis and looking at VODs and looking at replays and that kind of work. That's just as important practice as actually going and blathering, just actually playing games because you have to have all your strategies mapped out in your head before you go and implement them. Otherwise, it's actually inefficient practice, right? If you go and play games and you're just wasting time in a way if you're just doing the same shit over and over again when you should really have it clear in your head what you should be doing. So yeah, 2 or 3 hours, that's probably about right, actually. Probably playing 3 hours and just doing 3-4 hours of just, other related work. That's good
Well,
stuff.
I feel like if you play a lot as well, you kind of just go along with it. You're not really like analyzing the games. You're not learning like what mistakes you could be doing, that kind of things.
You're like in cruise control, you're just kind of like just doing whatever is your natural play right now, right? And,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean it's good. Don't get me wrong. You have to do both. You have to do both.
Practice is important. You can't just do without it. You need to have like a mix of both.
Yeah, exactly. But all right, guys. I'll give. How about one more question, and then we'll call it. We'll kind of go into shout-outs. But if you're enjoying the show, guys, by the way, feel free to click the follow button. That's like the best way to get alerts, like on your phone or email when Pro Corner or my other show, Climbing the Ladder, kind of comes online, because my stream doesn't really go online until all the shows are live. So that's your best way to know when these things are live. If you don't check like the TL page regularly. Let's see, who's going to be the lucky last question here? Let's see. Trying to find. Okay, so all right, I'll ask you this. So Panda Liquor again has a pretty good question. He says, "What do you think of the?" He says awkward swing. I wouldn't call it awkward swing. Just what do you think of the? Obviously the recent trend of Zerg's. I guess the Zerg's increase in win rates at a professional level. Especially in big tournaments, right? I mean, the Zergs are just doing well, and there's this whole term. Patch Zergs, and that type of thing. Yeah. And, I mean, what do you think about all of that?
I don't know. Like, I really think it is balanced. Like, the top term players, top Protoss players are still doing well. I think quite a lot of people haven't really adjusted to the new styles, and, it's only been a little while since that patch. Because, obviously Zergs are going to win more because they haven't really figured it out yet. But, like, people like Taja, like, he really understands, and he's won a few tournaments just recently, being a lot of Zerg players. Yeah, I think just people need to kind of figure it out and play a little bit better. Like improve the styles they use. But yeah, like the people who are like like the newcomers, like the Zergs, everyone calls patch Zergs. Like I think we're already here before the patch, and it's just like that time was going to come even if the patch didn't come. if you know what I mean.
Yep, I know what you mean. Yeah, some people confuse that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think there are certain folks that do benefit from when the metagame changes to a certain style. Like, meaning, like, there are some folks that were super good whenever, like, mutaling was the style because their mutaling control is great, right? And then when whatever patch comes out, it ends up changing the meta to something like Ling Infestor, then they just don't start playing as well, right? So the opposite of that can happen, right? And that's true, but it's not because of a patch. It's just because of style, right? And and a lot of folks, like you just said, like they didn't know about these folks before, so even though they were doing well, you know what I mean? It's just like this whole up-and-comer thing again, that whenever you do end up getting maybe a little bit of a boost and start, doing even better at some of these tournaments, then people start noticing. So it's kind of funny. But I think there's going to be a huge Terran wave soon. Like all the Terrans, like because they're starting to get it. I think they're starting to, at least in TVZ, they're starting to realize, like you said, like the Ravens. I mean, Ravens they've been there forever. They just they never had they never had a use for them because bio was just always just so good to begin with. But I mean that unit is awesome unit, Ravens. So so I think there's going to be a big Terran push here. I bet. I'm not sure about Protoss, but Terrans I think.
I think Terrans just take a little while because a lot of people start playing a lot better, figure it out.
Yeah, Tejas had success in MVP, won DreamHack, right? So, or IEM, sorry, IEM, and so it's there. I think we're going to be seeing an increase there. But anyways, guys, I think thanks for all the questions. Mostly from Stream Chat, but those are just as good. But we do the call-ins for you guys too, so you can talk to them, to the guests. But Johnny, great show, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Do you have any shout-outs right now?
Thanks everyone who supports me. Of course, thanks to Team Dignitas and all the sponsors who really help them.
All their sponsors.
Yeah, all the sponsors.
You don't have that list there. It's all good. It's all good. But again, big thanks for you to come out. I know you just got back from I-46, so being able to come on the show just a little bit at short notice, or just maybe tired from the weekend, I really appreciate it, and hopefully you viewers appreciate Johnny coming on too. And again, guys, this guy, he's been plugging away for a while now, and he's been at all these big tournaments, for months now, and it's starting to really kind of have the results that I think a lot of people have known that you would, eventually get to. So, congrats again on the win this weekend, and, finishing third at WCS, that was really good too. So, good luck in, I guess, WCS Europe, right, next? When's DreamHack?
Yeah.
Isn't DreamHack Valencia, not too far off too, right?
I'm not sure the date, but I know it's pretty soon.
Yeah. It's like this little lull here, and then you guys are crazy again for another month or so. That's awesome how the schedules are. But yeah, also big thanks to Quirk for helping us out today. It was really last second. Getting him, and obviously him playing some practice games with us today. And so check him out too, guys. Look for him. Teams, look for that guy. That guy's good. I don't know why he should be on a team. So. Yeah, definitely. But other than that, big shout out to my mods, Willie Skills, obviously helping out, and just posting all my links and stuff. Big thanks to them, and obviously the group of guys that helped me out with the show. One thing I wanted to mention too is, if you guys want to help out with the show, PM me on TL, because I'm always open. I'm always looking for more help with the show, whether it's modding or it's anything else. We have this kind of group too that's kind of more along the lines of the whole, I guess, analogous to like Day 9's volunteer, I guess, team. And, they help me out with a lot of stuff. And I bounce ideas off them and that sort of thing, too. If you want to be part of that, let me know. Just PM me, PM me and on TL, my user's ChanmanV, and just let me know. Also, what else? Oh, and then tomorrow, well, this is StarCraft 2 show, but tomorrow is going to be my first League of Legends show on climbing the ladder. So if you guys like League and StarCraft, check that out too. We got Wombat on the show too, who's a StarCraft 2 guy. Used to be a StarCraft 2 guy too. So and there's lots to talk about in League. And then Thursday we're going to have, right now it's tentatively GL Snoot and Complexity Sasquatch. Definitely Complexity Sasquatch will be on, who had that great run in LLG. But Snoot right now, I think he just signed on to the Ministry of Wind tournament, so not sure if he'll have to fly out on Thursday or not. So I will let you guys know. But definitely Sasquatch will be on, who's obviously another up-and-comer who had kind of a breakout this weekend, so we can talk to him about that. But outside of that, I'm going to be rebroadcasting for the NA folks at 11 p.m., their normal Pro Corner time, 11 p.m. Eastern. And then the VODs will be up later tonight, so early tomorrow morning for all you Europeans out there. But all right, guys, that's going to be it for us on Pro Corner. We'll see you next time. Peace.